So, what is mental health? Let's think about that for a second. In order to understand mental illness, you need to understand what it is to be healthy in your mind. And very simply put, there are words that explain it in a way that I feel is very strong and very clear. It's the capacity to feel, think, and act in ways that enhance our ability to enjoy life and deal with the challenges we face.
For us, it's just what is important and what is the right thing to do. And I think clearly, like many things, mental illness is just now something that we just feel responsibly we have to pay attention to. So we struggle. How are we going to do this? Are we going to fit in with curriculum? Is it cross-curricular? Is et cetera? Is it worthwhile bringing in someone on the outside? What we don't want to do is just bring in someone to give a nice little talk about mental illness and that's it. We want to create a program.
Those pictures were taken, by the way, when I was your age.
Well, in reality, 25% of these kids are living with mental health issues in their own families. Could be at any generational point. We also have lots of illness and emotional turmoil in any one time. What Jason did when he came and met with us is he was so approachable. He looked like the rest of us. He told a story that we all could understand, and I felt that the kids would really respond to him.
You know, in my first conversations with Hal, I was so impressed that he understood that mental illness was a real challenge that his kids were facing, not only now, but that they will face in the near future and in their lives. And frankly, that the education system wasn't totally covering that and giving them what they needed. So Hal said to me, you know, let's do this as a pilot project for grade 8. And if it works the way we hope it works, in his mind, his vision is he wants all his students to receive this kind of hands-on detail education about mental illness and stigma every year, and from grade 7 to grade 11, which in my opinion is nothing short of visionary, given that most high schools, let alone private high schools, just high schools period, are not doing something to this level. So when I meet you in 2 weeks in each of your classes, I'm going to go in full detail on these illnesses. I'm going to talk about what is clinical depression, what is anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder, and OCD, and I will be able to go in more depth. For today, I just want you to know that these are different types of mental illnesses, and of course there are more.
For me, it's about awareness, and I think we've done this as a two-pronged approach. So he'll be meeting with really a formal setting with students twice, once in a larger group and a small group. And I would hope at the end of the day they get some real awareness, that they understand that this is a pretty big issue, that we still have a way to go in terms of eliminating the stigma. They have a responsibility about looking after themselves, looking after each other, and just demystifying the whole concept of exactly what mental illness is all about.
He understands schools. He understands the community that he's working with. He understands the needs that the school have. And he's able to put together a really good educational package that gives clear, direct information and also be able to answer questions. And he's living a healthy life as well, but it's still having the disease. So I think he's a wonderful kind of package for understanding this.
I found the kids were remarkably engaged. Not just that they listened and that they were attentive, which they were, but it was the questions that they asked. Their questions were very, very insightful and attuned to the issues that not only that I was teaching them and sharing with them, but also issues that maybe I hadn't even brought up yet, but were in their minds. So it's clear that mental illness was something that was very much top of mind for them. They wanted to know more, they were craving to know more, and they were really receptive to the knowledge that I gave them.
I took away that you should try and help people with mental illness. You shouldn't have a stigma against them, and that you should, if you do have a mental illness like bipolar or depression, you should tell someone about it, either your parents or your friends, your teachers, anyone around you.
Because if each of you walk away from this with that knowledge that you can either reach out to somebody or be somebody to help someone else, you will make a huge, huge difference.